we're all extremely excited here. And for us, this is as much as it was the end of a period of time with this acquisition phase for us. It's the beginning of us having the opportunity to go and unlock all this value that we believe is contained in these assets. And so we're very, very excited about that.
The Financial Survival Network. Now more than ever. The Financial Survival Network.
Welcome all. I'm Kerry Lutz, your host of the Financial Survival Network. We're here for a sponsor update on Torq Resources with Executive Chair Shawn Wallace and Chief Geologist Michael Henrichsen. Just a major announcement today, another acquisition of an option on the 32.5 square kilometer Santa Cecilia gold copper project in Chile. Shawn, when you were back last time, you hinted that there was some major news in the offing, and we kind of were waiting with bated breath, and you didn't want to tell us anymore. Obviously, this is the moment you were waiting for.
Well, thank you, Kerry. It is indeed. Our entire team, a very large number of very talented people, worked very diligently for, I'd say, close to 2 years, really, to try and put this together. So this has been a long time coming for us, at least. When we entered Chile, this was a stated goal, was that if we could get a project like this, and in fact, this particular project we were already lasered in on, it would be a big success for us. So, Friday's announcement certainly is the culmination of all those efforts. And now we can begin to sort of unlock the value of this fantastic opportunity for all shareholders and stakeholders.
And Michael, you've got a global network of people, and you put together this network on the ground during the recent health issues. It's really paying off, isn't it?
100%. I mean, our team in Chile is absolutely top rate. And, quite frankly, it's their personal relationships that really helped us get through this process to get the option agreement on Santa Cecilia. So, it's been an interesting time, and obviously being an international exploration company, not being able to travel, but I think we pivoted very well, and here we are with our stated goal done.
And from a geological perspective, Michael, why is this so important to investors, and what is the future potential here?
Yeah, well, certainly it's just an absolutely rare opportunity in that, you have a very clearly defined mineralized system that's basically frozen in time to 1990. This is when the very first discoveries were occurring in the Maricunga belt in general. And these have led to world-class discoveries, including our neighbors, with the Caspice and Cerro Casale deposits. So we had a major company go in there, define shallow oxide gold mineralization. We don't even know how big it is yet. They also defined some high-grade gold-silver mineralization. And then the project basically sat on ice for 20 years. And then two holes were drilled into the underlying porphyry, which were exactly analogous to Caspice and Cerro Casale. So basically, the way that I view this is that, listen, the initial discoveries kind of be made. Our job is to find out how big this is going to be. What's the grade going to be? Where are the sweet spots? So it's just an unbelievable position to be in a world-class belt like this. I mean, I can tell you, when you stand on top of the hill at Santa Cecilia and you just do a 360-degree panorama, I mean, you're taking in probably 60 million ounces and 13 billion pounds of copper just in what you can see right around you. So it's an extremely unique place. And to know that we're on a mineralized system, bona fide, 925 meters of 0.45 copper equiv. I mean, this is the real deal for us.
That's major. So, Shawn, you mentioned this is the culmination of your efforts. Acquisitions now on the back burner, or we're still looking for more?
Well, I mean, we always take submissions of new opportunities. But certainly, our team's primary focus is no longer acquisitions, is the exploitation of the assets that we have managed to acquire. I mean, as excited as we all are today on Santa Cecilia, I like to remind everyone too that we're currently got a drill turning over at the Margarita project, and I know I hate to. It's like picking your favorite child. Certainly I'm very excited for our Margarita project right now. In addition to what we're going to be able to uncover at Santa Cecilia. So to answer your question specifically, acquisitions are always an ongoing thing. We always have bandwidth that we reserve for those sort of activities, but it's certainly not a primary focus anymore.
Michael, so project this large, there's been some drilling. I think I saw 47 holes and then some other exploration efforts. Where do you start here?
Well, I think a couple of things. Because the project was basically sort of frozen in time in 1990, we have a lot of geology to do. We got to get our technical understanding of this thing actually sorted out. At the same time, we want to get a drill rig on this thing as soon as we possibly can. And so we would be expecting to do that in Q1 for sure. With the drilling, what we need to do is, to my mind, we need to do a couple of things. You want to drill for grade, where, at Vetus Condor, where you have these great drill intercepts and those exploration tunnels that demonstrate high grade gold and silver. And I think we also want to understand sort of the system from the surface where that oxide gold was found by the major company, and then those underlying porphyry holes. And I want to see right from surface what that looks like. My feeling is we're going to have a kilometer plus of continuous mineralization. And that's really important to really understand the breadth of what we're dealing with here.
And it could very well be a district scale project.
Well, almost certainly. I mean, I think when you look at the alteration footprint of Santa Cecilia and you compare it to Caspice, Santa Cecilia is a much bigger alteration footprint. I think there's going to be different porphyry bodies in there that have different mineralizing phases. Already we kind of feel that that's the case, given the gold silver at Vetus Condor and then just the gold oxide on top of the hill. So, we have a lot of work to do to get ourselves sorted out here. But, just from the standpoint of the scale of the opportunity, that's what we need to get our heads around quickly.
Right. And Shawn, financially, as far as financing the programs that are in place, companies well set for that.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly had all the Margarita drilling financed and so forth. We will be needing to do a financing going into the new year to support the activities at Santa Cecilia. Right.
So looking ahead here, I guess you finally achieved the goal, much to the envy of others who've been watching you, Shawn.
Yeah, I've certainly got a lot of very positive feedback, particularly from my peers in the industry. People who are like-minded and who are out kind of trying to find the same thing, and so it was very gratifying to get a little bit of pat on the back from all them and for our team. And again, it was 2 years of extreme discipline and patience and steadfastness that have been the result of this for our entire team, and I'm very proud of them all.
It's quite an accomplishment. Hey, Michael, just going back to Margarita, so there's a drill turning there now. Where are we at in the process?
Just should be finishing our first hole here, probably any time today. For us, that initial 4,000 meter test will go on for probably another 6 to 8 weeks, and we expect drill results early-ish in the new year. Okay,
so we can look forward to that. And Shawn, the political situation seems to have been exaggerated by the media. First and foremost, Chile is a mining country.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think given all the things that are happening in the world right now, all the inflationary pressure, all that sort of stuff, all the how governments have had to do all sorts of extraordinary things to try to keep their people solvent through this pandemic and et cetera. I mean, it's just sort of made it so that it's going to have to come from somewhere. And if you're in an industry that all of a sudden now is, the metals doubled in price or whatever the case, wherever copper ends up and gold ends up, everyone believes in higher metal prices. I'm among them. I certainly don't know. I can't quantify that, but I do believe in continued strong metal prices. particularly bullish on copper, they're going to look to tax that. And I think that's what the media took and sort of blew out into being some sort of big negative thing for Chile. And I just, it's first and foremost a copper producing country, among a lot of other things, but they're not very, very progressive, very intelligent people that I've encountered in Chile. I don't see them, shooting themselves with doing anything too deleterious to the copper industry, which is, the lifeblood.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to kill the golden goose. And is this the catalytic event that's going to send the stock towards its true value?
I think it will. I think we're already seeing a decent reaction in the market since we put the news out on Friday. Mike and I are going to get out on the road, start telling the story, and very few people, we haven't had an opportunity to tell it much yet. Seeing as about a day old, that we've been cleared to be able to discuss it with anyone, and so that's what we're going to go do. That's our job, and I believe that the market will react favorably, just particularly because all the macro factors are going to continue to be supportive of a story like this.
And not to mention the copper price looks like it's heading back towards its prior all-time high. You think we're going to see $5 copper in the offing?
Yes. I'm not really a metal price caller, but I'm very confident we will see $5.
$5. All right. Anything else we need to know about the latest developments here, Shawn?
No, except that, again, you're going to hear a lot more from us here over the next little while. We're all extremely excited here. And for us, this is as much as it was the end of a period of time with this acquisition phase for us. It's the beginning of us having the opportunity to go and unlock all this value that we believe is contained in these assets. And so we're very, very excited about that.
All right. And it sounds like, Michael, you've got your work cut out here, you and your team on the ground in Chile.
Yeah, we certainly do. But it's one of those projects where it's just a joy to go to work. You're just dealing with a big mineralized system. So everybody's super motivated to start the job. That's what we want to do. We want to get those drill holes in the right spot and start bringing the true value to our investors as soon as we can.
All right. Well, very interesting developments, and hopefully we'll be seeing the value of Torq go up shortly. I should mention I'm also a shareholder of the company, and you should go over to torqresources.com. That's TORQ resources.com. Sign up for the notifications so you'll learn about the results when they come in. And as far as the tickers go, in the US, it's TRBMF, and in Canada, it's TORQ. Gentlemen, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll be talking to you again soon to get follow-ups.
Thanks, Kerry.
Yeah, thank you.
The Financial Survival Network.